Hey guys, it's Grayson from Hey guys, it's Grayson from MyWebGames.com, and this is all things gaming. You got Flag Cap up in the right hand corner, as always, and then you got Ketchum down in the bottom left, right beneath me, where he belongs. Alright guys, so the format of this week, like always, we're gonna be talking about video games, mostly
Porn.
everything. Porn, yeah. Hardcore.
Mostly porn.
Mostly.
That's what you guys got me on.
He's the porn expert. Catch him.
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on different subjects, and then our final subject is kind of a sad little note that we're going to end off on. But don't worry, it's yeah, he's got the tear going for both of you guys, but it does end on a high note. So
we get that shit tattooed like Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne? Can't remember.
Yeah, got a teardrop tattoo.
Can't remember what we were starting off with. I think it was Call of Duty Ghosts. So, Matt, this one, there's been a couple updates to Call of Duty Ghosts. You want to talk about them? Because you're the resident expert when it comes to all things Call of Duty.
Yeah. Nah, Ghost got an update today, and I first heard about it because somebody posted on Twitter there was a big update, and they just didn't feel like waiting for it. So I was expecting like a huge overhaul of the game, and they did bring up like a lot of fixes for like extinction, for example. They fixed some spawns for maps that I really don't care about for pubs. So if people actually like enjoy playing the game like for pubs, I guess maybe they fix a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
For competitive stuff though, it didn't fix anything, so it didn't really interest me too much. But I mean, there are a lot of casual gamers, and most people that play that game are casual. So I'm assuming that it was for the best. But I looked at some of the things they said, and one of the patch notes was like it improves the reliability of an Easter egg like spawning in or something.
Yeah.
And when I read that just makes me think like, okay, so you didn't really fix it, you just improved the probability that an Easter egg that you put in the game is going to show up.
It might happen now. Okay.
Right,
oh yeah, no, like it's not going to happen before, but now you got a better chance of it happening.
Right, right. And then the other one that got me was and this is actually big for competitive. Maybe they
Disclaimer.
said that well, right, because they said that they fixed like some hacks, or like they fixed like how easy it is to hack, I think is what it said. You know, they didn't say that they actually fixed all the hacks in the game. They just they said they made it harder, basically. So now it's harder to hack, but people can still do it, and that's been a big problem with GB recently. Our game battles, for anybody who doesn't know what that is.
Okay.
People have been using wall hacks, like to see through walls. Yeah,
those exist in this game. I didn't even know that.
Well, I found out that actually all the Infinity Ward games, you know those infections that people used to get where you go into a private match and you'd get like wall hacks, you get the little red boxes where you can see people through walls, you get like super bounce stuff, weird little glitches. Those I found out are built in to all Infinity Ward Call of Duties.
On purpose.
All you have to do is unlock them. Yeah, on purpose, those are in there.
It's probably to make it
and then they
easier
ban people for like if you get caught using that stuff, you get banned. So my question is, why would you put that kind of stuff in a game? Why would you put wall hacks on your disc where all you need is a JTagged Xbox to unlock it?
Just the fattest trolls ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
What's up, man?
Exactly. Yeah. So.
There was that thing in Black Ops 2, right? Where like certain spots, if you looked at them, if they were either like in focus or not in focus, you could tell where someone was on the map.
Right. Yeah.
Like search and destroy.
Yeah, those were blurred. Those weren't nearly as bad though. I mean, well, they kind of were because you could see them like pushing to certain sides of the map or whatever.
Right.
But that's a different kind of like that's like a faulty game mechanic, really.
And not on purpose.
These are actually put into the game. That's what really gets me about that. So maybe they fix some of them. Maybe they finally got. I don't really know, man. I don't know what Infinity Ward does. They don't really make any sense to me.
Hey, well, either way, we got a new Call of Duty coming out in like 6 months. So fuck it.
Really? Are you?
At the end of the year.
No way.
At the end of the year, we're getting a new Call of Duty.
There be another Call of Duty by the end of this year. Wow.
What's amazing about that is there hasn't been any like footage or trailer though.
I remember the other like when Call of Duty Ghosts first started getting a lot of hype was over the summer. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember they announced it there, and it didn't even get that much hype then. But after that, when they did that whole intro with Eminem and everything, remember that? That's what I really remember. Everybody talking about Ghosts, and that was just
it was a great intro. I mean, in marketing standpoint, it was amazing.
There was a good 5 minutes where I was like, maybe this game won't be that bad.
Yeah,
maybe.
So I bought it day one. I was like, hell yeah, dude, Ghost.
I waited like 3 days.
When I went to go play that at GameStop at midnight, I was literally so depressed. Like me and my friend that I know went to GameStop. We started to 1v1 each other, and he killed me right away. Like he just melted me with an MTAR. Like the second I came around a corner, just boom, boom, dead. And I was just like, "Yup, this game is gonna be complete ass."
Yep, nothing's
That
changed.
moment right there, I just knew it was gonna be terrible.
Yep.
So.
Also, Ketchum competes in Ghosts for people that don't know. So
about that last week.
He is the
anybody might be new to the show. Yeah, I compete in Ghosts.
If you don't know, he's not very good, clearly. But that's it. It is what it is. I'm just playing.
Retired player.
Huh?
Hey, retired.
Go play golf.
I'm hanging it up.
Go play golf.
I'm hanging it up.
Moving
to Florida.
I hung up my controller, dude. Hung it up. Just.
Yeah, you should use it to hang yourself.
Yeah, I was never very good anyway, so it didn't really matter. All right, guys, moving on. I can't remember which one it was. Crap.
Oh, Thief.
Oh yeah, shoot! I already ruined it. I already ruined the surprise at the end of the game. I put up the Rapture thing, but we'll talk about that later. Thief.
Just a teaser. It's a teaser.
Moving on to Thief, guys. Oh, Colin, they came out with a new trailer recently on Thief. What was your opinion on it? Because I have yet to see it, and I was too lazy to look it up.
You guys see me fapping? No.
No.
Yeah, basically it's.
Oh no, I did see it. I watched it.
I don't know. It's not really anything new. It's just like really cinematic. Obviously, you're dealing with Square Enix, so they make everything cinematic. But it kind of shows that the game's going to be darker, and it might have some flashback elements, and then there might be some like supernatural enemies in there. Things we kind of already knew. But I think they're kind of just pumping up the hype because the game releases in like 5 days from now. So it's really exciting.
No, like, okay. Matt, did you not see the first trailer?
You know what? I wasn't really that big into it, but I read some stuff online about it, and from what I've heard, it's mostly been positive. Like the people that have played the pre-release versions of it, it's mostly been positive. It just not something that I would see myself getting, but it's always nice to see remakes, or not remakes, but like sequels that come years later.
It's like a reboot. It's not even a remake or anything else. It's like a whole reboot of the series because Thief, it took a downward spiral pretty quick.
Well, they haven't had a game out for Thief since the late 90s, I think.
Yeah,
a long time.
I remember the hype. Not the hype. I just remember hearing about it back in the day.
Yeah.
And then now that it's coming back, I'm just kind of thinking, what year is it?
Yeah. It's one of those game series that it prides itself on difficulty, and I think
there's nothing wrong with it, but think like gamers today though, man. Think about how all the major game companies are making their games easier and easier and easier every year.
Yeah.
It's definitely catering to people like us and older.
I think that's what I was gonna say. I think for us it makes sense. Now it's a good time to play it because I personally get frustrated like beating games super easily. I think it's boring. Like I want like a challenge when I play a single player campaign. So I think it'll be cool. I'm really looking forward to it. And there's a lot of customization options. I guess you can it has something similar to like Eagle Vision, or basically it's like a mode where you can see all the objectives on the map. It like highlights them.
Yeah, I did see a trailer for that.
Right.
I did see it.
So, but they have an option to turn that off, and also to turn off any on-screen prompts. So like literally you have to figure everything out yourself, which I think is pretty cool.
So it has some replay value then.
Am I going to use that mode? Probably not.
Because Colin likes things easy. He likes things handed to him.
No. I will be doing a let's play all the way through of that game, and I'm going to be doing it on hard, but probably my second playthrough I'll do like the super difficult.
He's gonna
well, that's what I was saying. So it has replay value then, so you can make it a little bit more difficult.
He's gonna switch over to hard and then cut it to make it and then, like
you'll see
right on the loading screen
hard, and then you'll just see me rape, and you'll be like, wow, that's weird. Wow, I thought it was on hard. Be like,
quick little jump.
Gotcha.
Another game that's supposed to be focusing on hard is the new Dark Souls game. They came out with the new trailer on that one too, and we haven't really we're not gonna talk about getting too much detail on that one, but the trailer had a commentary from one of the developers, and he's talking about not giving up. Not the game is going to be super hard like the original Dark Souls, and he said that a lot of people just as soon as the game got real hard, they're like, I don't want to play it anymore. So you
mean like the first 20 seconds, basically?
The first boss, dude, I struggled to get past that. I'm like, why the hell am I playing this game if I can't kill the first boss? You
pick up the controller and you fight a boss within 5 minutes, and it just destroys you, and you're like,
no. I played the beginning of it a little bit. I liked it.
No, yeah, the game is so complicated. It's kind of, you get frustrated with it, but you want to come back and keep playing it. That's the thing. But it was saying the game's not about losing, or it's not about winning. It's about they're trying to make it like give it a deeper meaning. Like it's more about you, and like having
about
the will to,
perseverance, man.
yeah, exactly. It's about having the will to push forward, and it's, I don't know. I mean, I like that game, and I'm looking forward to it, but I don't see
No,
it having.
that's set. I think that's also set for a March release, right?
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
Right.
I'll be doing a
That and
playthrough on that one.
Titanfall and Thief are all coming out within like a month.
All right.
You know, I don't remember March ever being a good like video game month either till
No, me
till
neither.
like the last few years.
I was thinking
Yeah,
like
me
November
neither.
or October. Usually, that's when the big games come out.
Well, yeah, usually like from January to I want to say like March or May, even maybe past that to like June, like there's a huge video game drought.
Mhm.
You know, where there's like maybe 1 or 2 big games that come out, but then
Yeah.
that's really it, because then everything comes out over the summer, through the fall and the winter. You know.
Well, we're in a
Mhm.
drought
At least
right
that's
now.
what
I
I
feel
feel
like.
like.
Right now, I feel like we're in a drought. Like the last new game to come out was Final Fantasy Lightning Returns, and I haven't even read the. I was trying to look up the sales on that one so far, but I haven't really heard anything about it since it's come out.
It's been pretty abysmal. I think it got like a 6 out of 10 on Metacritic, or like a 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be purchasing that tomorrow. I'm playing through it, so I got to do.
Which is
kind of,
which is really the strange thing about like the scale for video game reviews is it's a 1 through 10 or whatever, but like anything below a 7 is considered bad.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, dude. Even a 7 is kind of shaky. Where you're just
Right?
kind of like.
I can't hear him. It just sounds like echoing.
Really like
Pretty much.
this. I might kind of hate it. I think it's lagging for me. I can't even. Okay,
Yeah,
there goes the
I
fix.
can't even hear.
Anyway, but not like when Gears of War came along, you know, or when Splinter Cell came along and it spawned its own series.
Mhm.
You know, I'm wondering what the next game is going to be where it's going to spawn its own series, because that's what I've been waiting for. I'm tired of the Ghosts or not the Call of Duties and the Halos. I want to see something else.
I'm looking for a more original game. That's what I'm coming out as. And I'm sorry, guys, who are gonna watch this. He kind of lagged out there for a minute, and Colin's frozen. All right, now he's back.
What?
All right,
I'm chill, dude.
all right.
Chill,
Moving on
man.
to the new trailer, The Order 1886. We're kind
Grayson, this is your cup of tea. You're a big Order fan. You've been
Dude.
talking about this game for a couple months.
I'm excited.
The only
Like,
order I know is of the Phoenix.
That's what's up, baby.
yeah, let's just drop Harry Potter references in here. Yo, J.K. Rowling, $100.
Yo, shout out to the old Harry Potter games on GameCube, dude. Anyone ever play those?
Yo, the Harry Potter PS2 games, bro.
I used to play that. I used to like on the GameCube, the Chamber of Secrets one, dude. That was all about
that's
that.
the one I played too. That one was so good.
Yeah, you get in the forest, start fighting those spiders, man. I was like,
Oh,
God,
sweet
shit.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yo, I love playing the Quidditch games. Those were fun as hell.
Oh my God, those were so fun, dude.
Are you guys?
I
Are
was
you,
just trying to knock people off the room.
are you guys?
Oh, yeah, we're
are you
done.
done
Sorry,
having
sorry,
your
sorry.
little
Yeah.
little
yeah,
nerd out here?
The Order.
Look, dude, there needs to be a Harry Potter segment in every show. Now, do your stupid little.
You-
God.
I hate to say it, but I didn't like Harry Potter. Too many
All
loose
right,
ends
but
at the end
all
of the
right, guys,
series.
just
That's all I have to say.
catch him here.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign off, guys. Enjoy the single hosted show
Oh
with
my
Grayson.
gosh! All right, so here's the deal. They came out with a new trailer revealing more detail on what the game is really about. I mean, they kind of
Mhm.
had a short trailer before. There was really an announcement trailer talking about the Order, but this one they gave more of a hint on what the Order is and what they stand for, and it's a monster fighting game. Zombies, vampires, werewolves. It's all pretty badass. I mean, if you haven't seen the trailer, please go look at it. The game looks phenomenal.
It does look sick.
I thought the little opening, little commentary thing where the guy's talking about the Order and what they stand for is pretty cool. And then at the end where it shows you the little vampire guy. I'm not trying to ruin the trailer, guys, but you have to watch it because I'm
Yeah.
talking about it right now.
Go watch it.
I'm excited for this trailer. So I mean, this is the first time in a long time that I've been super stoked on a game.
And it's a new game. It's an IP.
Yeah, it's a brand new IP. It's probably a killer app. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. I mean, it's not a Halo. It's not a Call of Duty. It's not a rehash of a franchise that really just needs to die.
But it is an exclusive.
It is, which is
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the first exclusive for PlayStation 4.
Infamous.
That comes out. Does that come out before?
Comes out in March. When does the Order come out?
I don't know. I think it's in May.
Hmm.
All I know
Yeah.
is I will be playing Infamous Second Son because that game looks awesome too. So should we move on? I think we should move on.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fuck Infamous.
Hey,
Fuck that game.
DayZ, that's the next topic.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna like go to the bathroom or some shit. Like, come on now.
What is
Guys-
this game? I'm gonna be on the record here and say I don't understand the hype about this game.
It's fun.
I don't.
It's literally one of my. It's one of the fun games that you'll ever play. Like it's there's so much downtime in the game though. That's what makes it a little bit slow. Is you can go an hour and a half and not see a zombie or a person. Like if you're not on a highly
I would
populated server,
fucking play Skyrim then.
That sounds like my personal life as it is already.
Yeah.
Like I don't want that to be in my games too. That sounds terrible.
It just sounds like you're a hobo scavenging for supplies for
pretty
like
much.
an hour.
Pretty
And
much.
In all seriousness, it sounds like an adult version of Minecraft.
yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
Old forts and crap.
We're not trying to make fun of the adults who do play Minecraft, but you need to get a
I
life
am.
and grow up a little
The
bit.
game's awful.
I don't get it, dude. I really don't get it.
I like it,
So, I mean-
and as far as an alpha build goes right now, they're releasing new stuff every week. They are updating the game, and it's nice seeing a company that's listening to the fans and actually doing what the fans want them to do. So that's my thing.
I can't hate on that at all. If there's a company that's paying attention to their fans, that's actually awesome.
They did an early
that's great.
release. They recognized that it was used to start off as an Arma 2 mod, and they recognized, hey, our fans want this, so they developed it, and they gave early access so we can get playing it right away. And
Right.
it's pretty badass. That you can they're fixing glitches, everything they need to do right off the bat, and my hat's off to them.
No, that's great. Seeing that initiative is awesome. My issue is just like there's too many goddamn zombie games, man. It's like literally everywhere. Like,
But has there been
and we're still seeing
It
trailers
was-
for new ones.
It was the vampires, and now it's
has there been
that's just
has there been a zombie game that's PvP
go
though?
ahead.
Other, I mean, Left 4 Dead.
Maybe
Left 4 Dead,
like
like Left 4 Dead 2 had that little
but
PvP.
I guess. Well, no, I was gonna say Dead Rising 2 kind of had it, but not really.
It isn't. It's kind of like they just did The Walking Dead, like where they were like, okay, zombies are there, but the real threat is other people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so
I mean, that's a cool idea. I don't know. Like I said, I just like there's.
I understand. I mean, I understand why people like it. I understand why a lot of people want to play it. But to me, it's that downtime, like you said.
Yeah.
I like playing my games where I can do something and get quick action now.
Yeah, it's like if you only have an hour to play, I'm not gonna.
It's not one of those games that I'm
build a
gonna.
house for like an hour.
It's not one of those games that I picked up and I was like, oh, I only have an hour to play. I'm gonna play that. I'll play something else. I'll play Battlefield or I'll play freaking Call of Duty or something else that's gonna eat up that time and I'll have fun. Yeah. Hey, don't hate on Alan Wake, bro.
I'm not hating on Alan Wake. I just saw you were streaming it the other night, so
It's a fun game and I like it. All right, so we should probably move on.
Okay.
Last topic for today, and let's see if I can find it. No, that's Ghosts. There we go. So farewell to Rapture. Irrational Games shuts their doors after their new Burial at Sea episode 2 comes out this March. For me, that's a little disappointing because I personally love the BioShock games and the System Shock games that have come out from Irrational Games, but I guess they're laying off a ton of people and taking, was it like 10 associates or like 5 associates or whatever, and they're going to be...
Kevin Levine's taking 15 people with him.
Yeah, he's going to be branching off to develop games that are more story-driven. Last I checked...
For digital download, he also specifically said smaller titles for digital download.
Last I checked, the BioShock games, the System Shock games are mostly story-based anyway. I mean, BioShock 2 had an online multiplayer, if you can call it that, but it wasn't very good. But the games are driven by story. I mean, that's what made them so great. And I don't understand it. I mean, I don't understand why they were shutting down. If they just got if it was an internal thing or if there was a money issue. There's nothing really that's been said about why.
Maybe he means a less linear story. Because you know how like a lot of developers nowadays, a lot of the RPGs and the adventure style games that BioShock is, it's a very
I can't hear him.
linear story path. I didn't play BioShock 3, so I don't know about that one. I don't know what your freedom was in that one. You can't hear me?
I can hear you now. It's still very linear. It's like you have to get to this point. There's
exactly.
only one way to get there.
And maybe that's what he means by a more in-depth and more just more options in a story, and not just because BioShock 1 was one of the greatest stories in video games ever. The whole "Would you kindly" thing, like that blew my mind right away. And that was cool, but it was a linear story path. You went from point A to point B the whole time. You didn't really drive off and do your own thing. So maybe that's what they mean. Maybe it's not as like all smoke and mirrors and as shady as we think it is, because it looks shady. At first look, you think like, okay, why are they're liquidating everything and then taking a top 15 and going somewhere else?
Yeah. Then
And
what
it's
does that
unannounced.
say? What does that say to the other associates who work their ass off on other games for them, and they're like, "Oh, you're getting laid off, but we're gonna take Jimmy over here."
But that's business, dude. That's every that's
Yeah,
every
I think the
business
video game
ever.
industry has that quite a bit, actually. Unless you're like
Yeah.
a big name, your job is not really
Even
very
then.
stable.
Well,
you know.
yeah.
Cliffy B left Epic Games
Flippy B's
last
a
year.
douchebag.
I like Cliffy B. Don't
did?
hate, man.
Well, it's like the same as
He left Epic Games to pursue things that I think there was an internal conflict on there. I don't know what it was, but they.
I think he was probably done with it because Gears of War 2 was the downfall and Gears of War 3 was awful.
3
and then the
or
other-
Judgment.
3 and then Judgment came out.
Judgment was horrible. Judgment killed the
Yeah.
series for me. Like I thought there was
I
hope.
thought 3 the story was good.
Yes, but again, see, what keeps people coming back is the replay value or the multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has to have something to keep you hooked, and you can't play the Gears of War story over and over again. You can't. It's not good enough.
Not very many
Especially
people.
after you find out Dom dies the first
Yeah,
time.
spoiler
Yeah.
alert. You can't watch Dom die like 4 times. I'm sorry, that's
No.
one of the saddest moments in video games for me. And that was
Yeah,
the only
right?
the only thing
Guys-
the only thing that was like for me that drew me into the game. And then after that, you're like, why am I playing this piece of shit game?
Yeah.
I always played as Baird.
Baird?
Oh, when you
Yeah.
fucking.
I mean, come on, really? Who else
Yeah.
would I play as?
So okay,
Coltrane,
couple
baby.
things.
Woo!
Just to bring us on track a little bit here, with the irrational thing, it kind of makes sense because BioShock Infinite was in development for so long with such a big team that in order for them to like make a profit on that, they would have had to have like amazing.
But
sales.
they did.
They had really good
make
sales.
They did make a profit off of it.
They did, but like
Barely.
enough to maintain an entire studio for another 4-year project.
No,
Probably not.
No, like so.
especially when it's free on PlayStation Network right now.
Yeah. So what it sounds like to me is little theory. I think they're gonna go work with Telltale. I think they're gonna do BioShock episodic for Telltale.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Telltale Games. I love you guys.
Well-
The games you put out are phenomenal, but if you do a BioShock episodic content, I will be a little frustrated.
Isn't that what the Walking Dead game is right now?
Yeah.
It's so fun, dude.
Or The Wolf Among Us. The Wolf Among Us
Mhm.
is phenomenal.
Yeah.
They announced a Borderlands episodic coming this year,
I didn't
and a Game of Thrones.
I couldn't get into
Game of Thrones
Borderlands.
actually sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I could not get into Borderlands. To me, I thought Borderlands and
Well,
Rage were
yeah.
flops. Like I don't get it. Like I don't
Well,
get
Borderlands
the
was definitely not a flop.
No, people love that
No,
game.
I'm not saying.
Yeah,
but
that
for
game is
me,
going to keep a cult following for a long time. But yeah, no, for me, yeah, I thought I played Borderlands at a friend's house, and it's one of those games where you play and you're like, this is probably good for people, but just not for me.
Mhm.
Like some people might, yeah.
it
no.
was a mediocre shooter that had an RPG aspect to it.
Which some people really like. But
The-
honestly, that's
Well, I bought the second one, right? I didn't play the first one. I bought the second one. I got probably 75% of the way through the story, never completed it, and sold it back. And the main reason is because when you go to an area, every time you re-go through that area, and there's a lot of just like walking around in that game, all of the enemies respawn, all of the bosses respawn, all of the mini bosses respawn. So every
Oh.
time you go through an area, you replay the level again.
fuck that.
And to
dude.
me, that was
Nah,
it was so
won't
fucking annoying.
refuse to do that. Hell no.
See, for me,
That's like the same thing with Red Dead Redemption, dude. For me.
I love
Really?
that
Why?
game, dude. I love that game.
Okay, hang on. It was good. It was just too old time Midwestern for me. Or Western.
Why'd you
It
buy
was
the game?
too much the theme of the game.
You
dude.
know-
I
you
couldn't-
knew- you-
Like, I don't want to ride my horse for that long.
You knew going into
Like-
it was a GTA clone based in the Old West.
But okay, in GTA you can drive somewhere in a relative time, or you got a radio at least to listen to while you're in your car.
The GTA
Okay.
radio is amazing.
But if you
The-
keep,
the
hey, if you
horse
ride ride for a certain amount of time, music kicks in on the soundtrack.
Yeah, crappy music.
It has to play the theme. You're not gonna hear fucking gangster rap, dude. 50 Cent isn't
That's
gonna
what
come
I'm
on while you're riding your
okay.
horse, dude, across the
I want to
freaking.
hear John Wayne's.
I disagree. The new Great Gatsby had Jay-Z. So fucking suck on that.
Yeah, but that movie. Hey,
Hey,
Mm.
hey.
Hey. That movie was awful, but
I-
either way.
How'd you think that movie was awful, dude? I love that movie.
book too. That's a shame.
That movie was good.
Yeah.
I like the movie, and I like the soundtrack to it. The soundtrack
Oh,
made the
it's-
movie.
You know, stupid. So
Am I just killing my credibility here by like saying things that I like and dislike? I'm just gonna
No.
keep my mouth shut.
What we were saying about Irrational actually reminded me of something. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Wolfenstein, like the very first like FPS.
The new
ever.
one's coming
Alright.
out. There's a new
The
one
new one's
coming
coming out. In the trailer, a little sneaky thing that they did on the last screen, they flash in like subtext that when you get that game, you get access to the beta for Doom 4.
I know.
And
so that's a
we
thing
haven't
now.
heard anything
That's
about
a
Doom
thing.
4 at
That's
all.
a thing now, dude. Doom 4.
Yeah, it's coming out. I can't wait.
I'm
Wow.
And
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
Have you played Doom at all, Miketchum? You played the old ones, right? I'm assuming.
I played the old ones for the PC way back in the day when I was
Oh,
still
yeah.
playing Quake.
Yeah.
I want another Quake. That's what I want. Doom's great, but I grew up with Quake. That was mine.
Quake. Yeah.
Those
I
were
feel
like, it was like you either played Quake, Doom, or Duke Nukem. Those were like the three.
So
I played
software,
Quake.
id Software is still around.
They are, but John Carmack left. You know,
Yeah.
it's the two brothers and one of the main guys left.
Yeah.
John Carmack was the big guy. He used to support competitive Quake. That's why I really liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he still does. Well, not anymore, I guess. But Quake Live is still a thing.
Yeah, it is.
So
Fucking nuts.
I mean, for me, Doom 4. That's
that
you know,
deal.
hey,
they might be playing this right, because if it comes out like relatively soon or something like that, and they didn't give it a hype train, it might actually turn out to be good. Because part of the reason that a lot of these games come out and they only last a month or two is because people have been riding the hype train for a year. It's like the game might as well have already been out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And people are already getting bored of how much content they're watching from it.
yeah.
If they wait a long time to or if they wait to drop Doom and not give it too much hype, we might be seeing another good game here. Maybe a whole reboot of the franchise.
See, that's what I feel about
Doom's
Titanfall.
good.
Doom is so good.
Titanfall didn't have that much hype until about a month and a half ago or 2 months ago. Like, there's people anticipating it, but they didn't. They're releasing stuff slowly on it, and I think that's the way developers need to go from now on. Is not dump a ton of crap on us and then keep doing it until the game comes out, because then you're like, okay, Halo 4, it's Halo 4 all over again, and then
God, dude, that was so bad.
and then you're like, okay, dude, I don't want to play this game. You play through it, and you're like, that was not as good as the hype led it to be. But then again, is anything ever as good as the hype? Because Call of Duty
Halo
Ghosts
2.
was super hyped up, and the game's crap.
Halo 2.
Halo 2.
Halo 2 met the hype. Do you guys remember Gears of War 1 getting the hype? Because Gears of War 1 had a lot of hype as a, I think it was a launch title. It wasn't a launch title. It was, then it was the game where that was supposed to be the Xbox 360 game. And it was the Xbox 360 game. Like, it was just that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, people didn't own an Xbox and not have Gears.
Or Halo.
Fallout 3 definitely met the hype, I would say.
See, a lot of those games were I was at a point in my life where, like, I played video games, but not very much. Like, in high school, I was like a skater, and I don't know, like, I played video games like 2 hours a week, you know, so like I wasn't really following it.
Right. Skyrim totally met the hype.
Oh my god.
Skyrim was phenomenal.
Skyrim did not.
No, Skyrim is
definitely
phenomenal. By the way, HD reboot for Skyrim on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and they're gonna do overlay for PC, which is
that sounds. But see, there you go. That is an example of a game that met the hype and is as good as everybody said it would be. The fact that they're re-releasing it in HD, that is how good that game.
It's gonna be like 1080 something, 1080p but like running at 60 frames a second on those two consoles. I think that's pretty phenomenal.
Resident Evil 4 is another one.
Oh, yeah,
that's only for PC. That's only for PC though.
Yeah, they made an HD remake for PlayStation and Xbox 360, but they also are doing another Ultra HD for PC.
Which one did they remake for GameCube? Was that just the first one?
No,
they did 0,
the first one came
1.
Out. The original
came out. All of them, 0 through 4, came out on GameCube.
Yeah, because I remember playing Resident Evil 4 in the GameCube, and when it won Game of the Year, I was so hyped.
Yeah,
because that game totally deserved it.
It did. There wasn't really anything that can compete with it except for like fucking Pikmin.
And people, Pikmin, yeah. But see, there's the thing, is like people forget about those games that meet the hype because they're too busy focusing on the flops, because the flops are the games that everybody plays every year.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Just re-released in some new shitty container.
Yeah.
As a different name.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, Madden, any sports game, really, to be honest with you.
See, I like
FIFA.
I like Madden 25.
FIFA's are good.
I haven't played FIFA yet, though. I'm not a big soccer guy.
FIFA was like the college dorm party game where
FIFA is a college game.
Had FIFA, and everybody would go. It's like Super Smash Bros. Was like 5 years ago, or not even like 10 years ago. Somebody had an N64, and somebody had Super Smash Bros.
Yep,
and that's just what it is. FIFA's the party game.
All right, guys. So farewell to Rapture.
I got a good wrap-up question, unless you have one.
Hold on, no, I got something else to say about Rapture really quick. I mean,
fucking this kid.
So much time spent under the sea, guys. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
I mean, under the sea.
Oh my god.
I'm done.
They didn't They did not say that BioShock was done.
No, yeah, they didn't.
Just
They
so
didn't.
everyone's clear.
But just Irrational Games is out of there. And is trading off developers, is the game ever that good? Is it ever good again? Who's looking at you 3 for 3? I don't know if you guys.
Am I frozen? You two are frozen for me.
Yeah, but can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so I mean, here's looking at 3 for 3. When you switch off, we trade off developers or anything, the games are never that good. They're never going to be as good again. So, anyway, what's your wrap-up question?
You'd hope they'd be as good, but well, mine was what like name like 2 or 3 titles real quickly that we think we are going to see at E3, because I think there's a lot of potential for this E3 for some new pretty big stuff.
Halo 2 Anniversary. They're looking at the Gears of War reboot. At least them announcing it, which I mean, it's all up to speculation. There's not even really anything true about being Gears of War reboot, but it is in the pipeline, so it might be coming down. I don't know. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of games that I'm looking forward to. Games that they've already announced, but they might be. I don't really know. For PlayStation side of it, I mean, there's gonna be the Metal Gear. They're gonna announce another Metal Gear this year. I can guarantee you that you can't have an E3 without a Metal Gear announcement or a trailer or something. So,
Right.
And I
have no problem with that. I like Metal Gear.
Yeah, which is fine by me. I mean, as long as Metal Gear is kept the same, I've only ever played Metal Gear on PlayStation consoles, and when I tried to play it on my 360, which one was it? It was Metal Gear, the one with Raiden.
They remade Sons of Liberty, I think, and Snake Eater.
It's not.
They did Metal Gear Revengeance was like the cyborg one,
but it's not as good. It was not as good.
Oh, there you go. Metal Gear Solid. Whenever they release those meet the hype.
Mm-hmm.
It's because Kojima,
Anyway,
Kojima's freaking ridiculous. He has so much input, and it's his story. It's his name on it, so he has to take pride in it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if a developer needs to push back a game, they should push back a game. You know, it doesn't matter if your fans are disappointed by it, but if you want to take time to develop the game and make it better, push it back, dude. It's fine. Like I don't care. For me, I'd rather get a game. If I'm gonna drop $65 on a game, that's with tax. I want a good game.
Didn't they push Team Fortress 2 back for like 10 years?
Yeah.
But it's still really good.
And then when it came out, people are still playing it.
Yeah.
Still.
Because it's really
good.
Look
at that. Push a game back 10 years, you make a good game over those 10 years. Perfect. People still play Team Fortress 2. I still see memes about Team Fortress 2.
I want to get a new Shadowrun, dude.
Oh, man. Shadowrun was so good for...
Yeah,
like for so short of a time. Why? Like, why did that company go down?
I have no idea, dude. I don't even know what happened to the franchise.
I think
I don't think it was advertised enough.
While she's world champion in Halo and in that game.
And he
won it at the same tournament.
Yeah,
same tournament. He got first in both. It was retarded.
I wish you could do that again. I remember when MLG had multiple games. Like you could play multiple tournaments at the same time, or you can compete in a 1v1 and then do 4v4 or 2v2s. You know.
They're too big now.
I do think Titanfall is going to be at Anaheim this year.
Hell no.
I think it will.
I will go.
Absolutely not.
They already have the esports rules like set, and they're going to release like a month after the game comes out.
It's not competitive.
There will be no smart pistols, Matt.
It's not that, dude. It's not competitive. It's not a competitive game. I've played it a lot now. It's fun. I enjoy it. I will definitely buy it. I will definitely recommend my friends to buy it. But it's got clunky controls when you're in first person. Like how the Battlefield controls are, you know, where Battlefield is so real to the point where holding a controller and playing doesn't do it justice. You need a mouse and you need a keyboard.
Yeah.
Because it's so real. Titanfall is the same way. It's too real for a controller to fully grasp all the motions that you can do in the game.
That's why I'm buying it on PC.
I'm getting it for PC.
Exactly, which is okay. Well, if Titanfall is going to be at Anaheim, it's going to be on PC. It cannot be on the One. And I mean, if it's going to be at Anaheim, I mean, hopefully it does well. That's all I can say about it.
Do you see?
I don't think.
Do you see MLG dropping that much money on a console just to play a game?
We're talking about the Xbox One. Well, Ghost would already be on Xbox One.
Yeah, they already announced all the 2014 events are going to be on the Xbox One. Although we don't really know if that's going to be true because they said that COD Championships was going to be on the Xbox One, and then now it's on the 360.
Yeah.
So I think that's because LAN wasn't totally set up for the One.
Probably.
But
Probably.
either way, I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't see Titanfall being at anime. I don't think it's possible. The maps are too big. We don't know enough about any of the other game types. And with those mechs, I don't see it happening, man.
All right, guys. So
I'd
my
love to be on for one.
my leadoff question is going to be: which Super Smash Brothers character is your best character?
Disclaimer: the original, or which one are we talking
We'll
about?
go melee. We'll go the best
That's
one so
true.
far. We'll go melee.
Melee.
I liked Brawl a little bit, but
Can't pick
melee is better, in my opinion.
Okay. Fuck.
It is.
You want mine? You want me to say mine first,
I
and we'll leave for you
used to be
guys?
really good at that game, and now I blow.
Mine was
Yeah,
Sheik.
you go first, because I gotta think.
Mine was Sheik.
Who?
Sheik?
Well, I not too good with Zelda, but when I transform into Sheik, it's like a power. It's total power move. And-
Yeah. Were you a C-stick kid?
Oh hell yeah! You best believe I was a C-stick kid. That's why I don't like Brawl, dude. I
Fucking
couldn't play it Brawl.
heck.
I hated Brawl for that game.
Mhm.
You know,
Mm.
Brawl was a fun game. I don't have anything against it.
I think Fox was probably mine. Fox
Or
or
Falco,
no?
same moves,
I
but
didn't.
faster.
I mean, yeah, I liked Fox a lot better though, and I don't know why. I just played easier with him. Is that him or Samus? I think.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you know what? It's either him or Samus because I stopped playing as Samus in Brawl because Snake and Samus had like the same move.
Yeah.
Literally, except for the charge up ball, they had the same move. So I just played as Snake because I like Snake so much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I had to play melee again, I'd play as either Fox or Samus.
Yeah,
For sure.
Colin, what about you?
I was either Young Link or Game & Watch.
The two good ones. Game & Watch is hard to play as.
Dude, he was such a pain in the ass to get good with. Get raped constantly when I first started playing him.
But once
But
you
yeah.
get good with them, it's
Yeah.
you beat
It's like
everyone
Ness.
else. Yeah.
Him and Ness are OP as fuck once you get good with them.
Oh my god, Ness is way too good, dude.
Home
He's
run bat.
retarded, man.
He's got a home run bat in his back pocket,
He
dude,
says-
at all times.
Peanut butter. Peanut butter.
Oh my
That's always
God.
what I thought he said when I was when he was shooting that shit at you. I was like, peanut butter, peanut butter.
All right, guys.
Well, it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Anyway, guys.
we could have a whole nother discussion with Super Smash Bros. Because they just released the new one, so
Yeah,
or
That'll
like
be next.
next
Yeah, that'll be next week.
yeah, next week.
All right, I'll set up a side and we'll do a little side segment just for you. Got to do homework now, Colin.
Yeah, it's gonna be so fun, dude. Fucking awesome.
All right,
Can't
guys.
wait.
For Colin Flagcap and Matt Ketchum, I'm Grayson, aka Refuge for iWave Games. And as always, guys, keep gaming, and we'll see you next week. Later. Sweet Jesus, Colin.